All right, getting ready for a research project. The objective of this lesson is to prepare you to create a topic for a research project. First thing you need to be able to do is brainstorm. I want you to be able to think about in your head, what skills and knowledge do you need if you want to successfully carry out a research project, okay? This is just a real kind of basic things. I want you to think, what do you need to know? First and foremost, you need to know how to read, how to look for information, where to look for information. Okay, how do I go about and actually find this information? Or do I just expect it to kind of appear to me? You need to understand these successful things when it comes to really if you're going to be successful in your research project. You also need to know how to be organized and how to keep track of information as you're going through so you don't actually lose it and start over again. What you need to do individually, though, is create a mind map. And this is just simply the skills that you already have. Make sure you map these out somewhere. So what skills do you already have that you know you have as an individual and that you're proud of you have? Be able to tell me what those skills are, and what skills do you need to practice or do you need to work on still? Maybe you're very good at reading. Okay, you have a very high ability to understand complex information when it comes to reading, but maybe you're a little hard on getting motivated. That might be something you need to work on. Be able to write these down, be able to discuss these with me so that we can kind of work and move forward. Then I want you to also look at that research topic, okay, that one you kind of want, and summarize your topic in one sentence. Be as specific as you possibly can. So basically you could walk up to any old person on the street with this topic and they know immediately exactly what you were talking about. Make it specific and make sure it summarizes exactly what you want your research to be about. Then you're going to, in groups, share your topic in this one sentence. Group members, you need to ask one another these different questions and really discuss this. So as you're doing this on your own, I want you to think about different things and think about these questions in the back of your head so you can comprehend and understand exactly what is going on. First and foremost, how are you going to solve this? You all have a problem, something you're looking at in your research. How do you actually plan on enacting that and solving that? If you don't know that, you might want to look at a new topic, or you might want to look a little bit harder and think a little bit harder about how you can possibly solve it. Number two, is it too broad? If you are trying to tackle global warming, that's way too broad. Break it down into something manageable that you can actually do. Take a slice of the cake, don't eat the whole darn cake. Or is it too narrow? Like you can't even really go with this because you're not being broad enough. Be able to look at that, look introspectively at yourself, kind of deciding on the outside looking in, is this going to be broad enough or is this too narrow? What ethical problems could come up? If you have to do something that might be unethical in order to research this, that is something you need to look into that must be addressed now because that's not something we're going to be breaking any ethical standards on this. So make sure you have an ethical research problem and any input you might think, okay, or change. Just kind of look at this from the outside looking in. Does this make sense? If you were trying to break this problem up, how would you do it? How would you make this better so that you have a stronger one-sentence summary? And then at the end, you're going to hand in your major topic of research, okay, and your research question. You also need to explain how you plan on answering that and explain any problems that might come up. This, again, is not necessarily based on how well thought or how efficient you do this, but whether or not it shows that you've actually kind of thought through the process or understanding what's going on and understanding what's expected of you. Please ask me any questions you might have and have a great rest of your day.